Welcome to another episode of I'm Dying to Tell You. This is Dr. Mark Goulston. This may be somewhat meandering because I had a lot of realizations and revelations since I last posted. Um, First off, uh, I may not be dying to tell you because it's possible that I already died. By that I mean I had my bone marrow destroyed through radiation and chemotherapy so that it could accept stem cells, which I received yesterday. And we'll see if it works. I'm optimistic. The team's optimistic. So I want to amend this. I may not be dying to tell you, but boy, I'm getting the realizations, and I want to call today episode Anne Frank, Cancer and Me. Anne Frank, Cancer and Me. And you're probably thinking, okay, Mark, let's see how you connect those dots. Uh, by the way, you wouldn't want to be in my mind. I just can't get out of my mind. Uh, I bring that up because I, I've been living vicariously through my friends' posts, their pictures, their Facebooks, where they are. And a good friend of mine was in Amsterdam. And so I was reminded of Anne Frank. And I was also reminded how Anne Frank, when she had to move with her family into the attic to avoid the Nazis, um, she was closed in. She didn't have any choice. But that didn't stop her from noticing things in the world outside the attic. And to a certain extent, cancer does that to you. And I'm on an isolation wing in a hospital, and I'll be here for a while. And uh, and this is not to in any way dishonor what Anne Frank went through, but it's kind of closed in. I'm going to be closed in here for a while. And here's what I noticed is at first it was really tough to adapt to the hospital. The hospital is not going to adapt to me. The routines, the vital signs, checking various things, all for my benefit, uh, go on a certain schedule. And I realized how much different that is than my living in the outside world when I can pretty much schedule things according to me. And what I also noticed is uh, it took me probably a couple days to adapt to this. And instead of fighting it, I just surrendered to it because I knew it was for my benefit. But here's the realization and why I brought in Anne Frank. When I just adapted to it, uh, and a nurse asked me today, how did I sleep? I said, I adjusted to it, got up several times, was woken up several times, but I adjusted to it. When I just let go and accepted that, I started to notice all kinds of other things. All the energy I was using to fight things, uh, I was freed up from. And one of the things I started to notice was the amazing things that nurses and ancillary services do, especially on a cancer ward. I didn't detect one scintilla of ego. And I'm pushing myself to walk every day. And all of you watching these things inspire me to do that. But the amount of cooperation, communication, collaboration, all for the benefit of patients' well-being is astonishing. It's astonishing. Uh, I didn't really notice that when I was in medical school as a doctor, because as a doctor, you come in, you do your rounds, and there's a little bit of competitiveness that goes on between you and other doctors. And then you leave, and then it's the nursing services and the other ancillary services that just follow the orders. And here's my message to the corporate world. You got too much ego going on in your executive team. You got too much infighting going on that's messing up with your company and the organization. See if you can arrange a field trip to a cancer unit of one of your hospitals and just watch the cooperation. It's mind boggling. So those are some of the things I wanted to share with you today. If it was a little bit meandering, um, I'll apologize, but I can't promise that my future uh, episodes are going to be any less so. But thank you for supporting me through this, and I'll keep you posted how it's going. Uh, I hear I'm in for a few rough days, so I'm not sure when the next episode will take place. Take care, everyone.